All right, in this explainer, we're diving into a massive question that so many of you have. Why isn't my website ranking on Google? Well, the answer might not be what you think. It's not just about stuffing keywords everywhere anymore. It's about the experience people have on your site. So let's break down how that experience is actually your most direct path to better SEO.
So, have you ever done this? You build this amazing website. You pour your heart and soul into it, you fill it with great stuff, and then you wait. And you realize it's practically invisible on Google. If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone. It's one of the most frustrating things for any business owner or creator out there.
You're probably thinking the solution has to be some kind of super complex keyword strategy or some technical SEO wizardry that costs a fortune. But what if I told you the real fix is actually a lot more human? Yeah, the real reason your site isn't ranking might be simpler and way more surprising than you think.
It all comes down to something called user signals. You can think of these as secret evidence that search engines are collecting to figure out if your website is actually any good and deserves to be at the top.
See, here's the huge shift that's happened. Search engines like Google have become incredibly smart. They are no longer just robots scanning for keywords. No, now they are actively watching how real people, actual humans, interact with your website. They're tracking how long people stay, what they click on, and if they ever come back for more.
So every visitor is sending clues back to Google. A bad signal looks like this. Someone lands on your site, they get confused or can't find what they want, and they immediately hit that back button. A good signal, on the other hand, is when they land, they easily find their answer, and they actually stick around to explore other pages. And believe me, Google is watching all of it.
And that bad signal we just talked about? Well, it has an official name, bounce rate. All it means is the percentage of people who land on one of your pages and then leave without clicking on anything else. It's like someone walking into your store, taking one look around, and walking right back out.
And here's why this is so critical. A high bounce rate is basically screaming at Google, hey, this page probably isn't very helpful. And that can absolutely tank your search ranking. But on the flip side, a low bounce rate is powerful, concrete proof that your site is useful and delivers what it promises.
So, the big question is, how do we lower that bounce rate? How do we start sending all those positive signals? Well, it all starts with creating a user-friendly experience through smart, intentional design. You do it, I do it, we all do it. We land on a website and make a snap judgment in just a few seconds. If it's a cluttered, confusing mess, we're gone. A clean, simple design isn't just about looking pretty. It's about removing frustration and guiding your visitors straight to the solution they came for. And when we talk about design, a few things are just non-negotiable. So ask yourself these questions. Does my site load in less than 3 seconds? Does it look and work perfectly on a smartphone? Is the layout clean? Are the fonts easy to read? Is the navigation totally logical? These are the real foundations of a great user experience.
And I really need to hammer home that point about mobile. It is so important. Google themselves have said it very clearly with a policy they call mobile-first indexing. And this isn't just a suggestion. It's the fundamental way their entire system works now. Now, mobile-first indexing sounds a bit technical, but what it actually means is simple, and it's a huge deal. It means Google primarily uses the mobile version of your site for ranking. Your beautiful desktop site? That's secondary now. If your mobile experience is bad, your overall ranking will suffer, period.
Okay, so a great layout and fast speeds are crucial, but a truly great user experience goes even deeper. It's about building a connection built on trust. And online, trust is basically a currency. Just think about it for a second. Would you ever type your credit card info into a website that looks sketchy or unprofessional? Or would you call a business if you can't even find their phone number? Of course not. A great user experience makes people feel safe and confident. It lowers their anxiety and makes them feel comfortable doing business with you.
So how do you build that trust? Well, it's actually pretty straightforward. First, make your contact information, your phone number, your address, super easy to find. Next, have a clear privacy policy that shows you respect your users' data. And finally, showcase genuine reviews or testimonials. That social proof is just golden.
And you know, this whole idea of trust and making things easy, for local businesses, you can turn that dial up to 11. When someone is searching for a local restaurant or a plumber, they often need to take action right now. Any little bit of friction in that process means you've just lost a customer.
And this is where great UX and local SEO just merge perfectly.
Things like having a click-to-call button on your mobile site, embedding a Google Map so people can get directions, and making absolutely sure your name, address, and phone number are consistent everywhere online. These things aren't just good for SEO, they are amazing for your user.
Okay, wow, we have covered a lot of ground. So let's pull all of this together into a simple, actionable checklist you can use to start improving your website today.
All right, here's your plan. Number 1, above all else, make your site fast and absolutely flawless on mobile. Number 2, simplify everything, your menus, your layouts, all of it. 3, build that trust with visible reviews and contact info. 4, keep visitors engaged by using internal links to guide them to other useful pages. And number 5, never stop testing. Check your site on your phone, your friend's tablet, on every device you can get your hands on.
So, I'll leave you with this one final thought. The next time you think about your website, ask yourself this. When a potential customer finds you on Google, what do they see? Is your website an open, inviting storefront that makes them want to come in and look around? Or is it a confusing, frustrating locked door that sends them running straight to your competition? The choice and the ranking that comes with it is completely up to you.